Worked every day this week. Had good days, had bad days. Covered quite a few miles and worked pretty hard. Money I took was okay. I've had better weeks. But you can have a look for yourself and see how it went. Hello again, start of a new week. But it's not actually the start of the new week for me. I'm Dave, Anvil Logistics, and it is Tuesday, the 5th of March, 2024. Now, I did record a piece that was meant to go before this little thing, but being as I'm a bit of a technophobe, I somehow have managed to delete it. So, I have to start the week explaining what I've been doing before Tuesday. So essentially what happened is this, that my customers offered me some work for Monday. On Friday, they offered me some work for Monday. And that work involved me collecting from a helicopter company in Southampton and taking to a defence contractors up in Blackburn. But it would have meant picking up the goods in the morning in Southampton so that I can get them up to Blackburn for the afternoon. Now that left me with two choices. The choices being get up mega early on Monday morning and leave and drive kind of halfway through the night almost to get to this pickup point in time to go back and do a similar drive all the way back, which would have probably meant 12 or 13 hours straight on the road. And then that evening I had something to do because the band I'm in, we'd booked some studio time, and I've been knackered. I've been no good. I've been kicked out of the band for being crap. I'm probably on my last legs already. So what I decided I'd do is I would have a look to see if I could get a job that would get me to Southampton. Now bear in mind, weekend, isn't it? The odds on that are pretty slim. But believe it or not, I got one. I got a job off the much fabled CX, and I didn't do it, dear. Basically, I saw a small van job that was pick up on Sunday and deliver Sunday night, basically 10 o'clock. So you had to collect the goods, but you couldn't deliver it till 10 o'clock at night. It was for some guys working at a Morrison's store in the night. It was for a small van, and I thought that would be ideal for me because I could pick that up, take it, stay in a hotel, and be fresh for the drive back in the morning. So basically that's what I did. I picked it up in the afternoon, early afternoon, from Leeds. Then I drove home, had something to eat, and I watched the match because it was the derby. City United, as we all know, City won. The cream always rises to the top. And then after that, I drove to, well, it wasn't actually in Port, it was Fareham, but it wasn't far away. Delivered my goods to the guys working on site and got myself in the hotel at 10:30. The hotel was cheap. It was 32 quid. It was a travel lodge. And it's about 5 miles away from where my collection point was. Clean, tidy, so I managed to get myself down there, obviously have a brew, have a shower, get a good night's sleep, and then go fresh and take the job back. And that, by taking that job down, which I did cheaper, I'm not gonna lie, I think I did it for 200 quid, and it was 250 odd miles. But it was only a small van job, and that paid me my fuel there and back, more than paid the fuel there and back, the cost of the hotel, and left a little bit of profit. And then that meant that all the money I got, which was my best paying job, to go from Portsmouth up to Blackburn, that was all coming into the company. So that was a cracking start to the week, although the week technically started on Sunday, didn't it? Now, that leads us into today, and unfortunately did the old rehearsals last night in the studio. There was no work for me today from my customer. Nothing, not a sniff. So I just said to them, look, I'll try my luck on the CX, and if I pick anything up, I'll let you know. And they in turn said, if we get something coming in, we'll let you know. And didn't hear from them in the morning. In the end, I started bidding on the CX. Usual script, getting rejected left, right and centre, because I'm not bidding super cheap on what is technically work I'm trying to find to start my day off. But in the end, I got a job from Manchester Airport from a shipper who works there all the time, and they advertised 3 jobs and I bid on all 3, but I got one of them, and the one I got was the one I was surprised to get because I kind of overbidded on it. Really, it was pick up at Manchester Airport and go to North Wales, St Asaph, which is near Rhyl, and it's only 50 odd miles, but it's obviously a bit out of the way, North Wales, and as I've said before, not very often you get work out of there. So I bid high, basically, just under £100, and I got the job. So I went and picked it up, and I've done it. Now, there was no work coming out of North Wales, but what I did see on the CX was an ADR, hazardous load, advertised, and it's one I've done a few times before, which was coming out of the Earlham area, and it literally goes round the corner, and I mean literally. It's 0.8 miles. It stays on the same industrial estate, and I bid for that at my minimum price that I will work for ADR, which is £100. And as I say, I've done it before for this shipper, probably 4 or 5 times now, and the phone rang pretty much straight away, and he was laughing when he said, I knew you'd bid for that. I knew you'd bid for that. He said, are you doing it? So I said, yeah. So he's picking it up at 1:30. It's 1:45 now. I might pop myself round in a minute and see if I can get it out early. I'm just in a lay-by around the corner. I've had a sandwich just to keep starvation at bay. And then I'm going to do that job. It'll take me 15 minutes. It takes longer to get loaded than do the job, put it that way. And then that probably, I think, for today will do me, because I've had such a good Sunday night come Monday that even though today will be less than just under 200 quid, I won't have used a lot of fuel at all. And unless a job comes up that is literally second to my house, I'll just bob the 15 miles or so home and call it quits at that, and then we'll see what is brought on for the rest of the week. So that's where we're up to at the moment, and I'll keep you informed towards the latter end of the week how we're doing, and I hope this week goes well for everybody. Seems a bit quiet on the CX, I must admit.
Everyone, it's Wednesday now. It's Wednesday, 6th of March, and it is 10 to 12 in the afternoon, and we are currently driving south on the M40. We are heading to Portsmouth. So following on from yesterday, didn't do anything else after I did that ADR job. Got home nice and early, and a nice relaxing evening, even made tea. And my customers rang me and gave me this job. What this job entails is this morning, got up, made my way to Blackburn to a defence contractors and collected 3 pallets. 2 pallets of which I've already dropped off in the Birmingham area. And the final pallet I'm now taking to a defence contractor in Portsmouth. This is a very well paid job, and probably because I got nothing from them yesterday is kind of making up for that. They do try to be fair. So they look at the figures the drivers are kind of turning over and then try and even it out over the course of a week. So this is a great job, lucky for me. So I'll end up in Portsmouth around 2 o'clock, and then I've got a decision to make. I could quite comfortably drive home empty, and even accounting for the fuel, wages, running costs, everything else, it will still be a very good day. or I can have a look to see if I can pick up any work in the Portsmouth area that's coming back north. Maybe pick it up today, deliver tomorrow, or maybe stay overnight and bring it back up with me. How much I bid depends on whether I'm staying overnight and bringing it back up as a standard load, or whether I'm picking up this afternoon, evening, and bring it up as a back load. I'm not bothered if I don't. I've put a journey into the CX platform, and I'll keep an eye on the feed to see if anything was to appear that's worth bidding on. You never know, my own customers might even say, listen, since you're down south, can you do this? So we're keeping the options open, but if not, if I end up driving back empty, it really doesn't matter. Probably get home about 7 p.m. and City are playing again tonight, so I won't mind watching that on the old TV. It's not a mega important game, it's a European game, but we're already 3-1 up from the first leg. So that'll be it for today. So I'll let you know later in the week what I did. I'll tell you something though. I scanned through Facebook. I'm in a couple of Facebook groups related to the courier industry. And there was one Facebook post put on there. I'm not going to say the driver's name. And basically, his Facebook post went something like this. My CX renewal is due up in a couple of weeks. I won't be renewing it. My van's going up for sale. I just simply cannot afford to run at the rates that are going at the moment. It's difficult to get work. I'm struggling. It makes more sense to take a part-time or full-time job at minimum wage than it does to do what I'm doing. I've been sat in Sheffield here now in a cold lay-by for 3 hours and haven't managed to pick up any work at all. If I'd have been working in a factory, I'd have earned £40 or £50 by now without any expenses. So it brings it home just how difficult the industry can be at the moment. It can be brutal. There's not a lot of work, and what work goes cheap. And again, it highlights the fact that you cannot rely on that CX for all your work. You need to treat it like a backload site. I know I keep going on about this, but it is true. And use it like I did on Sunday evening to get me where I'm going. Because totally relying on it is very, very, very difficult at the moment. The industry is on its backside. Hopefully it'll recover, but I fear that many owner drivers will fall by the wayside in the coming months, which is a shame. I think if those of us who are staying in the industry have just got to tough it out. I'm lucky at the moment. I've got this customer, whereas I don't get work every single day, I do get a regular supply of work, and a lot of it pays well. Without this, I think I'd be on my arse as well. So bear that in mind, those of you who search these YouTube channels and looking for ways to get into this industry. It's difficult. It's very difficult. You've got to have a plan, and you've got to have some money behind you, because you're going to struggle at first. Anyway, I'll let you know how the rest of the week progresses. Thank you very much.
Wednesday the 7th. So yesterday I drove back from Portsmouth. I did have the feed on, didn't pick anything up, didn't manage to find anything. I got home about 7 o'clock. Watched the football, and I've been given 2 jobs to do today from my customer. First one I've done, which was pick up this morning from Sheffield and bring it to Manchester Airport Freight for X-ray, which I've done. I'm just sat at the cargo area of Manchester Airport at the moment because we have an office here, so I am allowed to park. And I've got a collection to do, which is an ADR hazardous goods collection at 1 o'clock from Widnes. So I thought, well, I'll see if I can pick anything up getting me towards there. It's not far anyway. It's only 30 miles away. Because I can't get it till 1, but I've not found anything. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and be cheeky. I'm going to drive to Widnes now, see if I can collect this ADR job. And I've just altered my note a little bit, which is a bit naughty. Instead of saying 1 o'clock, I put before 1. And see if it's ready, and I might be able to get it early, get it dropped off at Trafford Park, and then probably just get an early dart. The long day is today. So we'll have a bash at that. Nice and sunny. When you sat in the van, it's lovely and warm. Get out, it's bleeding freezing.
Well, it's still Wednesday, but the difference is now it's 22 minutes past 4 in the afternoon, and we didn't get an early finish. I did get an early finish, but now I've got another start. So I managed to get that thing collected early, and I was all done and dusted for 12:30. I made my way home, chilling out, even had a little doze, and then I've been asked if I could take something urgent thing that's come in. Urgent freight, which I picked up from an aeronautical company, and it isn't actually all that far from where I live, about 4 miles from my house. And I've got to take it to Hayes to collect paperwork for it, and then I've got to take it into Heathrow. So I don't expect to get to Hayes till, say, 7:30. By the time I've got the paperwork and work way out to Heathrow, it's probably going to be close to 8:30 before I'm heading home. 3.5 hours home, call it 4. It's going to be 12:30 before I get home tonight now. So that possibly will be a late start for me tomorrow. I certainly can't be picking up none of the 5, 6 o'clock in the morning stuff, because if I get to bed about 1, 1:30, I won't be getting out of bed till at least 7:30, maybe later. So we'll see how it goes. But this it should be a well-paid job, because obviously it's last minute, it's working into the evening, so you get different rates for these kind of things. And hopefully it'll be well paid. I don't exactly know what the numbers are for this, because it's been such a rush, but I'm assuming it'll be decent. If it isn't, I won't be doing it again. Okay, so I'll round off the week tomorrow, which will be Friday.
Well, it's Friday now, and it is 12:25. So I did get in till late last night. I got in about 1:45, so it wasn't as bad as I feared. But by the time I've got in, come down a little bit with a cup of tea, had a shower, and got in bed, it was about 1:30. Now, they'd given me some easy work to do today. If I wanted it, I mean, I didn't have to do it, but you might as well just crack on, because otherwise all the hard work doing that extra money last night, you'd lose, wouldn't you, in the fact that you'd not worked today. So today I had a collection from Blackburn, but that wasn't till sort of like after 8 o'clock, so I got there about 8:20. Defence contractor, took it to another defence kind of contractor who does repairs in Runcorn, and then from Runcorn just jibbed down the road to the airport, Manchester Airport, jibbed across to the Chambers office, what they call the customs office, picked up documents which are then dropped off in Trafford Park, filled the van up, and then got myself back into Runcorn for a collection of air freight that's going back to the airport. Now, this one is 3 o'clock collection, but we all know that you can normally pick it up earlier than that. It just so happens that my luck today has run out because I've got it and it's not ready. Because this will be my last thing today, and then I'll be finished. So I've got in, said what I'm picking up. They said, oh, it's not quite ready yet. Might be half an hour, so that's not too bad. I mean, it's my choice to get here early. So, fortunately for me, I did have the old food warmer going. And did you know that these food warmers, you can do pies in them? So I've had my pie, which I turned on when I was at Trafford Park. It heated the pie up. I think you've got to leave it in the foil. That's what I did anyway. But it's cooked it fine. I mean, it basically was a frozen pie. And it's fine. So I've had some lunch. So I thought, well, I know what I'll do. I'll round off me week here, because I'm not doing anything after this. But I am doing a job tomorrow morning. I'm picking up from Trafford Park and I'm going to Sheffield. Because it's Saturday, it's good money. I've done it a couple of times. And it's extra money. Get it while it's going is what I say. Monday, I'm booked for a hazardous load. So I've got that off the CX. And it's quite a good price. But you know what? This is one of these jobs where the shipper who's posted the job has recognised the fact that it's a bit of a pain and has basically accepted my price. So I'll tell you what it is. Basically, the job was advertised as Leeds to YO26 ADR. Now, I live in Royton, which is not far from Rochdale. And obviously, to get to Leeds, you know, it's 30 odd miles to get there to pick it up, to then take the job 50 miles or so to YO26. So you're looking at £80. So I priced it at £2 a mile for the whole distance. Yeah, I priced it at 165, basically, thinking, you know, that's what I want to do it. If they go for it, fine. If not, they don't. And I got a phone call back from him and he said, look, the job is actually not going from Leeds. The job is an IBC of flammable material, and it's basically in one site, and it's got to go down the road to their other site, and that's it. But I'm willing to pay for the mileage to go there and do that short distance, because I know it's hazardous, it's difficult to clear it. And if you're happy with that, I'll go by your price, which of course I am going there anyway. So I'll go directly there Monday morning, move it from one site to another. And the reason why they can't do it with their own forklift trucks is because their forklift trucks are not licensed to go on the public highway. So that's all I'm going to do, basically. Drive in, get it forked onto my van, drive it across the road and deliver it to the other site where it'll be forked off. And then I'll be forking off. And that is an easy job. Not in the best of areas, obviously. YO26 is a bit remote. But my own customer does have a bit of work in North Yorkshire. And I've told them what I'm doing and where I'll be and what time. So they're going to bear that in mind. And if not, I'll try and pick up something on the CX, or just mooch down towards Leeds and pick something up there. So that's what we're doing early next week. It's been a bit of a funny week. It's been up and down. I've had some days of not magnificently paid work and some days of really well paid work. I've had a good week financially, but I bloody worked for it this week. So I know I've worked hard for it. And I pumped quite a few miles on the van. So yes, I've done some numbers, but I've also added quite a few miles onto Betty. She's good for it. But obviously, you know, you've got to factor all those things, so then add up how much fuel I've spent over the course of the week, compare that to what I've taken, knocking off my running costs and wages, etc. And it will be a decent week, better than last week, which was a 4-day week anyway. So it's all right, numbers-wise, it's okay. I've had better, but, you know, it's pretty good. How's your week been? Let us know what you've been up to. If you've got any questions on these videos I do, or you would like me to go over any particular topic that you might be interested in, let us know. I know I message people back when they ask me questions, but if it's an interesting topic, I can find out information for you and we can put it on the video, and then it might help other people too. But thank you for watching. Please give us a thumbs up to like the video. It helps the channel get out there. And please subscribe to the channel, completely free of charge, with no obligations whatsoever. You won't be trying to be sold anything. I don't promote anything. Just, it lets you know when the videos are out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take it easy.